Good morning! I slept through my alarm, guys, which I feel fine about. I needed to catch up on some sleep. But, with that said, I'd like to welcome you guys to a brand new installment, a brand new implementation here on the channel, as we go through our day together and partake in all of the activities. We're going to have a late start to the day, but we're going to have an amazing day nonetheless. I haven't vlogged in ages, but we're going to have fun with this one. So, since I moved into this apartment with my roommate, not only did he request that I take apart my bed frame, I've went months on months without a bed frame, but he also has went out of his way to purchase 3 soundproofing pads to put under my bed. Could you imagine what that is for? It's really cold out today, guys, in this apartment included. May have to turn on the heat soon. So yeah, guys, like I said, we're gonna have a late start to the day. I'm gonna go make myself my first meal, and we're immediately gonna start getting ready for today's back workout. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but this is what we're looking like straight out of bed. No idea what my weight is, and I don't plan on weighing myself.
Anyway, take a look at the finals, and do you notice any difference here? I would say his midsection 19. But what?
My first meal of the day. Okay, alright guys. So meal number 1, we got oatmeal with raspberries, we have 4 whole eggs, and we have half a sleeve of hickory smoked bacon. Usually I substitute that with turkey bacon. I'm out of turkey bacon right now, so I'm feeling some regular bacon today. I'm gonna finish this meal, and I am more than likely going to force myself to have a mass building shake before the gym, which I do consider to be meal number 2. It's safe to say we're gonna be going to the gym with an extremely full stomach, but we're gonna make it work, guys. Please allow me to finish this meal. I'll check in with you in a bit. You cannot forget the Arnold Palmer, eh? As I almost spill it everywhere. That's enough right there. Alright guys, it is shake time. We have our 800 calorie shake, 1 heaping scoop of the Serious Mass with about a cup's worth of milk. I do consider this to be a meal number 2. I'm not going to really keep track of my meals today or calories or anything like that. You guys can do that if you would like to. But yes, we're going to consume this. Head to the gym with a very uncomfortable full stomach and possibly deadlift. We'll feel it out. It's a back day. It's Sunday, the Lord's Day. Let's do work. I leaked chocolate on my shoulder. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to embark on our journey to the fitness facility. I'm not 100% sure as to what exercises we're going to be performing today. Part of me wants to deadlift. My brother actually comes home in November from being in the military, and I haven't seen him in what, over like a year and a half now. This is him hitting a 620 deadlift PR, and seeing him hit some of these PRs. He's been following one of my custom strength programs that I've written for him. It just got me wanting to lift heavy again, and it's been a while since I've been big on my compounds, my bench, squat, and deadlift, and getting my numbers up. I've went like 2 months without heavy squatting, 2 months without heavy deadlifts, so I may go in and feel out some deads today. But until then, guys, the next time you will see me will be in the fitness facility. Check in with you in a bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have teleported ourselves to the fitness facility. Looking like a giant great pumpkin or something with this orange hoodie. So festive. Very inviting in terms of this fall weather that we're experiencing here in Michigan. I'm kind of ranting, but deadlifts, guys. Once again, today was a back session, and getting into the gym, taking my pre-workout, kind of meditating in the bathroom stall like the weirdo that I am for 10 minutes. I made the decision to go ahead and hit some singles in the deadlift. I wanted to feel things out, where my levels of strength are, beltless nonetheless. Or I guess, I don't know if you can technically call these beltless, but as you can see, my belt was not latched for any of those deads, and that 6-plate pull felt phenomenal, to the point where I thought I was going to PR in this workout, and I made a conscious decision to back away after that set, regardless of how hyped up I was, because of that full stomach that I have. Not only that, but I have been kind of nurturing the onset of a hernia. I know I mentioned that in my last video. You know, I'm not trying to have my intestines come through my abdominal wall anytime soon, so it was safe to say that I wanted to back off from the deadlifts. I was happy that that 6-plate pull was so quick. So now I'm going to work towards that in future back workouts, just messing around with deadlifts from time to time. I'm in a weird spot because it's really easy for me to fall into this loop of I want to be really strong, I want my numbers to skyrocket, I want my compounds to be incredible. And I think I have like a 1600 total max or something for my compounds. I don't even know if that math is correct. I'd have to sit down and write it down and add it up to figure that out truly. But I fall into that to where it's like I put all my focus into, you know, my compound movements and accessory exercises that are going to benefit my strength. But then after several weeks of training with that mentality and that approach, it's like, man, now my bodybuilding is suffering. My physique isn't looking as quote-unquote godlike as what I would like it to be. And so I go back to the bodybuilding, and then I get weaker. And then I want to go back to powerlifting, and then I try implementing something like power building. I'm sure a lot of you guys relate to this because that's one exciting thing about lifting, is that there's so many different choices that we have in terms of where we can take ourselves and take our vessels, our bodies. But here we are doing some isolation exercises, lat pull downs, such a staple exercise for getting a wider back. And for me personally, guys, you know, I've got the narrow clavicles, and it's always an uphill battle trying to get width. It is such a hard thing, and this is something I've learned, that if you were born with really wide clavicles, you are going to have a grand advantage of looking wider and building a wider back than a person that has narrow clavicles. Now, with that said, I will also add into where I am benefiting, because with those narrow clavicles and that smaller frame, every ounce of muscle that you put on that frame just seems to pop. It looks three-dimensional. It seems to just jump out at you. And that's the luxury that I kind of have with smaller joints and just, you know, a smaller structure to begin with. I was never meant to be this giant-ass dude. I mean, 11 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was, of course, I was 106 pounds when I started, and I am now weighing close to 215, 220 pounds. I've added an entire human being to my frame, so to speak, 100 pounds to my frame over these past several years. Of course, I had to give you guys some back shots. The gym was completely empty, and I wanted this for my own viewing, to come back and see what my back development looks like. I got a little bit of that back knee going on, but you can see some vascularity. I'm not that full, as full as what I could be. But hey guys, you're not going to be walking around like a shredded animal every single day. Sometimes you're going to come in flat, sometimes you're going to miss meals, miss sleep. So that all plays a bit of a role. I'm really happy though. I'm really happy with where I'm at. I do feel as though this is the biggest that I've been. I've got some really good muscle maturity coming my way. And I don't think that I'll be in my prime anytime soon, guys. I think that my prime is yet to come. If I do all of this fitness stuff correctly, and I continue down this road of patience that I've been on, to where I'm not in a rush to get there, and, you know, I stay injury-free, knock on wood, I think I'm headed in a really good direction, to where in my mid-30s, leading into my 40s, I could have a really crazy physique to display. But again, it's a matter of my decision-making, how well I treat this body of mine over the coming years. The powerlifting conversation that we had earlier. I'm 27 years old, and I definitely feel, how would I put this? I have a lot of aches and pains from time to time, from my hips to my lower back to my knees to my elbows, joint pain that isn't really that bad, but it's definitely something I didn't experience back when I was a small child, just getting into lifting and lifting those pink weights, so to speak, to where now, after years of heavy deadlifting, years of heavy squats, heavy bench presses, I could see how this stuff could catch up to a person. And that's where, like, finding that threshold and that happy medium of powerlifting to bodybuilding to getting extremely strong to just working on the physical aspect of fitness. I think that's what's incredible about it, is that we as humans and we as participants in building our physiques every single day, we come out with completely different products. We come out with completely different stories to tell throughout our journey, and that's what I love about fitness and bodybuilding. Guys, we are back from the gym, back in the kitchen, and I have taken the liberty of preparing my post-workout meal. We have ourselves a New York strip and things to make us thick. So this is meal number 3. After this, pardon me, but I do think that I'm gonna have another mass building shake and count that as meal number 4. I don't even know where my calories are lying at this point in time, but let's hope this meal right here makes us fat. Wow, guys, what a wonderful steak, may I just say. Cooked perfectly. I love all of my steaks rare, salt and pepper with a little bit of butter while searing. That's all you need for a perfect steak. That really filled me up, and I think I'm gonna partake in meal number 4, my mass building shake, in just a moment. I guess I'll treat it as a dessert, but it's also a meal as well. And I'm just chilling here on my laptop. I was going through some old content over the years, vlogs specifically, just to kind of remind myself or inspire myself with today's vlog in terms of like what my thumbnail will look like, what the title will be, what type of content and things I will talk about in my vlog. And I'm a little rusty. I mean, I haven't done one of these in forever. They're relatively easy to do. I just take my camera with me basically everywhere, show you guys what I'm up to. And on a day like this where my roommate isn't necessarily here doing work in his office, it's just easy to set up a camera, not get distracted, talk to you guys and update you guys on life. And it's always beneficial to me to do these vlogs because later on in life, I'll be able to come back, sit down, watch this content, and have an idea of where I have been at in terms of life. You know, where I was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago in some cases, because I have vlogs that are that old. And I always regret not sitting down and giving you guys this one-on-one type content and everything. It's just hard. You know, I'm in a weird position in life right now. For the past year, I have been in a relationship with 2 different girls at the same time. And so, as you would imagine, finding balance is so difficult for me right now. And finding the balance to work, to the gym, to having goals set for myself and ambitions that I'm chasing after, to relationships. There's so much that I'm really trying to piece together in terms of finding balance in life. And it has really forced me to live in the present. Live for today instead of planning things out. Oh, I'm gonna end up here, I'm gonna be over there. I have essentially been living day by day, being hopeful and sensible about my direction, revisiting my goals every single day, and understanding that the universe will provide the things and the steps necessary, the opportunities necessary for me to accomplish my goals, as long as I wake up every morning and I look at the good in any situation that I'm given, and I keep that direct positive outlook towards whatever happens, because I am literally living in the worst kind of uncertainty possible right now, and I've had to really adjust my mind to that, to where there's a lot of things that could happen in the near future that aren't necessarily what I want. So I'm trying to have a mental preparedness for that, and I'm trying to stay focused on ambitions that I have been chasing after for years. There's a lot of big things coming in the future, guys, especially with my personal training, a possible rebranding, I'm going to be coming out with an application for my personal training services. There's a lot of big things that I'm working on behind the scenes that I'm really excited to display to all of you guys. So just understand that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and that's why you guys don't see a whole lot of the personal life for me. And again, going back to that balance, I've talked about this before, that's one thing that I struggle with, doing this all on my own, from the editing, the recording, to the social media management, emails and everything. There's a lot of weight on my shoulders with this, to where I get to pick and choose what it is that I do. And as you would imagine, when it comes to definite decision making, finding that balance can be difficult. So that's what I struggle with, and I'm not trying to make excuses for myself, but I'm kind of making excuses for myself and lack of certain content. I appreciate every last one of you. I'm gonna go ahead and have my second shake of the day right now. Honestly, the camera's about to die. I'm gonna drink this quick, my next shake. Meal number 4 down. Alright guys, waist training 101. This is actually a corset. You guys can find these on Amazon. I've been doing this for close to 2 years now, and this is a size small. I started with a medium when I first purchased one from Amazon, and there are 4 prongs per corset. I'm on, of course, the smallest level of this one, to where I can now graduate to a size extra small in a women's corset, which goes down to what, 24 inches, like a 24-inch waist. I think this goes down to like a 26-inch waist. Of course, my waist is not a 26-inch waist, guys, but with these narrow clavicles, it's definitely been helpful in aiding towards keeping a smaller, tighter midsection. Now, I wear this for just a handful of hours a day. I wouldn't recommend sleeping in it, although I do sleep in this from time to time. But yeah, it's definitely helped to keep my waist tighter as I grow, as I progress with my compounds and move up in heavier weights. It helps to control and manipulate your breathing so you're not always pooching out. Definitely has improved my posing and things like this. My posture as well. I do have scoliosis, and I think this has helped to aid me in being more upright throughout the day. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I definitely post this on my Snapchat from time to time. Such a true alpha male masculine thing, wearing a corset, let me just say. Alright guys, I apologize that the lighting is not the most optimal in here, but I'm currently chilling, going through some different photos from a photo shoot that I did about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago with my photographer. And these pictures were meant to be for my upcoming website redesign, as well as my app that I will be coming out with. And I'm not going to touch on any more details with that, because I need to wrap this up and I need to go and cook yet another meal. I actually need to consume 2 more meals before I wrap up this video and then head over to a friend's house. I have some pre-rolls ready to go with me as well tonight as I go and hang out and watch a movie. And that actually reminds me of a subject that I wanted to touch upon, something I don't think I've ever talked about, and that is the subject of marijuana. I live in Michigan, of course, and marijuana is legal here in Michigan. I did not start smoking weed until I was close to 23 years old. I'm, of course, 27 now. And I just wanted to touch upon my view of it and kind of touch upon my use and why it is that I partake in the use of smoking weed. The first time I tried it, I was at a party and it was just handed to me. I've never smoked a cigarette ever in my life. I've never smoked anything before, not a vape. I wasn't a huge fan of it the first time that I tried it. I didn't really have any of the high effects my first time doing it. It wasn't until my second time trying it that I experienced that really high feeling, and I kind of fell in love with it. I felt inspired. I felt very creative. I unlocked like a different means of thinking, I guess. Not only that, but it helped me to sleep. It helped with my appetite. And that is why I partake in the use of marijuana today. It helps to improve my appetite. That's a huge thing. For someone that doesn't necessarily want to eat thousands on thousands of calories, it becomes very tedious, especially leading up to these evenings where I'm cramming a lot of food. Taking a few hits from a joint or eating an edible is such an impactful thing for me personally in getting a huge appetite to where I can smash any type of foodstuffs imaginable, and it's not really a chore at that point in time. My insomnia has been yet another thing that marijuana has helped to semi-resolve. There was a time that I was partaking in using copious amounts of NyQuil or Z-Quil or taking small little sleeping tabs. I have, of course, now graduated to taking a few hits from a joint before bed, and it knocks me out depending on what strain of marijuana it is. So I do use it from time to time. I wouldn't call myself a pothead by any means. I do have quite a few friends that are potheads to where I feel like I struggle to keep up with them from time to time. But it's something that I feel is harmless. It's something that I will personally do. I wouldn't recommend it or tell anyone that you should try it because I'm not really an advocate or a believer in pushing things onto people. It's something that I do. You guys see me do it on my Snapchat from time to time, and I don't think I've ever touched upon the subject personally with you guys, so now you know. I don't really smoke before the gym or anything. I've tried that a handful of times. I've had really good experiences, and then I've had really bad experiences where it just takes away and it's detrimental from the workout. But then again, those good experiences were really rewarding in helping me activate certain fibers and having that mind to muscle connection in the gym that sometimes we struggle with getting. And there's my marijuana takeaway. It's time for me to go cook because I'm running out of time. We're going to try to use this for a thumbnail maybe, or maybe this is a waste. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next meal. Hopefully you guys can see this well enough. We've got our chicken breast, lemon pepper seasoning, lemon pepper shrimp, we got green beans, and we got some mashed potatoes. I'm going to consume this meal here. I have 2 more meals set out for tomorrow, the same thing, and this is dessert for tonight. This is going to be meal number 6, if my math is correct. And we're not done yet. I mean, it's going on 9 o'clock right now. I'm going to hang out with a friend, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get fast food later. Maybe I'll throw a Snapchat or something like that in if I consume more food, which I absolutely will be. So I'm going to go eat this. I will show you guys me butt chugging my shake, and we'll see where things go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up this video. I'm about to head out the door. Just finished that meal. Today was kind of like a hangout with Zach type of a day. I hope you guys didn't mind it. This is fun for me to do from time to time. So if you guys enjoyed it, me showing you some of my meals, me having a kind of like a comfortable day where I'm just sitting at home relaxing, why not pass the time giving you guys some form of content? Before I head out, I do need to finish this meal number 6, which is technically like a dessert to my last meal that I just finished up. And in terms of footage for the rest of the night, I may throw together some extra clips with my phone if I do anything exciting or if I eat any more meals, but there's a chance this right here, excuse me, is the last clip. So, for what it's worth, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much for your constant and never-ending support. This is Zach Zeiler. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on social media. I love you guys so much. Peace out. Bye. Ah.